when the shields were shilling wall to wall. The game was up. They had their fun, and every shot got a margin goal when the ball began his run. The candle's green came fast and tall. Each wick was bold, quick to stun. His eyes burned red, and his holes did more. His bags of the sun out through his balance sheet.
Guys, that's what it is. You're welcome tonight. This is me, that's Jimo, team leader of Plan B Express. You're looking at what market is doing. That's been a very nice one.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold.
All the names Bitcoin were called.
I think it's a scumball activity.
Bitcoin is the most superior monetary technology that has ever existed.
Bitcoin is hope. The year is 1948. The world is in turmoil. There has been global devastation. Untold numbers of families from Europe, China, Russia, and elsewhere have lost nearly everything. Their factories, their real estate, their stores, their farms, their gold, their art, everything but their very lives. They escape, penniless, to new lands. Amidst all this wreckage, with millions dead from World War II, there remain many millions more who must rebuild everything from the rubble. Yet, despite the turmoil, there is hope. There is the unceasing human spirit of creation. The survivors, our stories' families, begin to rebuild. They teach their children this history. They warn of the dangers of tyrants that rise in the shadow of the collapse of money and property rights. But issuing warnings is all they can do. They have no defense against the return of tyranny and monetary debasement, should it happen again. The year is 2008. 60 years have passed. So much has been rebuilt that more abundance exists now than ever before. Humanity is flourishing. Global information and trading networks unify the world. They far exceed anything that came before. Cities have been erected by the thousands. Billions live in comfort. Art was preserved and restored. Entrepreneurship is thriving. But not all is well. Our families observe the early signs of collapse, once rising to cast their dark shadows. Banks suddenly fail across the globe. Governments step in to protect them. They utilize cheap debt and money printing. It comes at a cost. That cost is the principle of fairness. Once they start to drink from this chalice of easy money, governments and those who benefit cannot stop themselves from gorging upon it. They help themselves to hundreds of billions of dollars of unearned wealth. It is a looting that far exceeds any that came before. Meanwhile, quietly, in the dark and nearly deserted recesses of the information network that now spans the earth, a sole engineer toils to combine cryptographic functions and peer-to-peer technologies to invent something new, something which he hopes might someday serve as money that can never be looted or corrupted by governments, tyrants, thieves, or fools. The year is 2021. A cycle that leads to tyranny and war appears to be repeating. Money is debased. Governments take control of industries through mandates and decrees. International disputes upset a fragile balance where some nations became dependent on others for their necessities. A tyranny has become the largest exporter in the world. People are easily frightened into hysteria, even within nations.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know why you're in crypto, I think it's very important you know why you're in crypto. And now, if you don't know why, we always tell people about you need to have patience and you need to work on yourself, to build financial freedom. And it's all about freedom. And now, most time, people don't pay attention to what works in the space and what we're expressing to people about why you need to be patient, why you need to build personal economy in the digital space. Quite unfortunate that people don't pay attention to that. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've been talking about the bull run for a long time. And of course, it's staring at you in your face right now. And so many persons will don't pay attention to what works. And now, what people tell you is that I don't know where to start from, and I don't know what to do, and all of that. But in reality, where do I start from? The most important aspect is that the journey of this crypto of financial freedom is to build understanding and knowledge first. Now, you have to build knowledge around yourself so that you can be able to manifest as much as possible. This fellow, Lawrence, remove you if you are not mute yourself, please. Okay, so we're not going to bother ourselves with so much story tonight. You can always see the question is that what next now? What next? What am I supposed to be doing right now? Yeah, so what next? Because we're getting towards what we call top of the roof, and I normally tell us that the bull market is never your friends, right? Neither the bear market your enemy. The bull market is not your friend, while the bear market is not your enemy. Quite unfortunate, sometimes we always feel that the bear market is our enemy, and that's not true. The bear market is never your enemy, and the bull market is neither your friend, right? The bull market is not your friend, why the bear market is not your enemy. So now we're face to face with the market, the bull market, top of the roof. We're getting started properly in getting into the top of the roof. Then what am I supposed to be doing? And what's happening in the market? Is it now that I should start moving the market? Is it now that I start jumping around? What should I do right now? Where are we actually getting to? We have gotten the first step, my first milestone in the crypto, Bitcoin especially. My fourth milestone, I quickly will share a page with you right now. So my first milestone in the market was $79,000, right? So if that's the case, so my first milestone in the market was $79,000. And so we broke all the rejection, 1, 2, 3, and that was a very nice one. We consolidated, and I remember I told us as long as we didn't break below $67,000, that make a lot of things for us. And that has been very, very phenomenal, right? And that was amazingly. Now, some people come into meetings, and of course, we don't pick important things. I'm sure, like when we talk about the market, it not just crossing 49K, and as long as we don't pick up 49K, then we're still good. And Bitcoin actually rallied down to 53K, and back to this point, about how many percent? That's about 50% thereabout. That's not a big deal. About 50% from this similar kind of a double bottom, as it were. Now, the question now is to ask me, Felix, where are we going from here? Now, my target, I said the first target for me was 79,000. And now if we're able to consolidate and then, sustain our momentum, then my next move, which I've said before, was 90,000. And then my last move can be $110,000. Please don't put a trigger on my head. That doesn't mean that's a cast in stone, because quite unfortunately, sometimes people come around and then they want to look at, oh, since it says going to 110,000 region thereabouts, so let's say 109 to 110, that will still have about 30 to 35% to go, right? So from where we are right now. So if that's the case, what can I still do? That's the question you need to ask yourself. But are there chances that we could have, okay, if we're looking at the target of $90,000, how many percent for us from where we are right now to top of the roof? So looking at about just 12% more. Now the question you ask yourself, can 12% make me a millionaire right now? Can I become a millionaire with just 12% on Bitcoin? The answer is no. So what exactly am I supposed to be doing? So am I supposed to be buying Bitcoin right now? Or what exactly am I supposed to be doing? Okay, since Bitcoin cannot make me a millionaire right now, yeah, the point is that Bitcoin cannot make you a millionaire in this cycle any longer, right? But Bitcoin can still make you a millionaire over the years. So, and then what am I supposed to be doing now that I'm just new, or I have been in the system, but I wasn't serious? I was not taking it serious. I was jumping around. I was rolling. I was going around with unnecessary things. So what am I supposed to do? Well, you can see that the potential of the altcoins had actually not been utilized finally. So you still expect some altcoins to move massively because a lot of them dumped down when Bitcoin was crashing. And now it's time for them to start moving up as much as possible, which I started about 4 days ago. And so that means I need to look at altcoins rather than Bitcoin, except for those of us who are trading, if you're trading futures and all the like, probably want to look at maybe Bitcoin because of solidification. Now, so quickly, you look at coins like Aavas, all right? So somebody will say Solana. Well, I'm not saying you cannot buy Solana, but I know I've been talking about Aavas for a very long time, and I said the potential of Aavas in this cycle is actually about $74 to $75, right? Give and take. So if Aavas, chances of it to hit about 74, $75, they're about here, 74, $75. So you see I have a long journey to go on Aavas, about 120, 130, or 140%. Now, quite unfortunate, we bought Aavas and it was rigmaroling for a very long time, right? But you know that Aavas had gone up to about this cycle, up to 60 something dollars before it started crashing down. So will I rather buy Bitcoin right now? Well, maybe no. Maybe I would prefer to look at other altcoins, of course, but that have good potential strength. Okay? But this is the point. Am I supposed to buy any of those coins now? Well, we're in abnormal time, because when it's abnormal time, that's when market is bullish and doing crazy things. We talk about SUI too. SUI have a potential to do about $15, if I'm not mistaken. That is if all things are equal. But you know, everything will never be equal. So we just tend to play and then play around for it to be equal. But you don't expect everything to be equal. Because if everything is equal, that will not be able to have differences. And that's one of the things we need to understand. So, but it's quite unfortunate right now that this is not the time to give financial advice or a kind of investment strategy or advice for anyone, because just for those people who are coming in right now and look at it, because I know majority of people coming into crypto right now because they had the market, Bitcoin have hit over 80 something thousand dollars for that. They felt that it's an opportunity for them to make money. Quite unfortunately, I will disappoint you if this is your first time coming into the crypto, just because you had the market has been pumping and all the like. Quite unfortunately, you may be disappointed because we are not just halfway gone. We are potentially looking at that we should be topping off the roof. That is, we should be looking at, but from now to next year. Okay. So my target on Solana ordinarily was actually a range of $350 to $500 in this cycle. Now, you're asking, Felix, can I still buy Solana? I didn't say you cannot buy, but my target on Solana was actually from 350 to $500. So if we're looking at 350 for Solana, so you have about 60 something percent to go, right? Then if you're looking at about 500 for Solana, that means we have a long way to go. But what if? What if? Because we have been rigmaroling around 200. So if we are going to go to 500, you have about 100 and something percent to go. But that will have been more lovely for you if you have been with us since last year, even if not the beginning of the bull run, because this bull run started January 2023. And now, but I remember the last lap was at October, right? August, October. And then we now said the last point of chance for you, we start shouting, was this year, October again. October, and I told us that what's going to determine how fast we move was the victory of Donald Trump election and all the factors put together. And now we saw what happened. Now, of course, technically speaking, markets obey algorithm, but it's been affected or, influenced by, fundamentals, which has to do with all of those data and then situational issues. And that's exactly what's playing out for Bitcoin and crypto in general, or even the financial market as a whole. So for that, you probably want to look at, okay, at this point, what exactly am I supposed to be doing? Okay, so like I have said, you rather want to look at altcoins and all of that. For some of us, we have been given so many altcoins to buy. Those of you on private mentorship, not even only us, many of us even outside our private mentorship. Mu Deng was part of the token we talked about. People could still buy that time because of, this is a meme coin, but fortunately, okay, was listed. So let me go on lower time frame. Okay. So Muldeng, I think told people to buy Muldeng sometime. I can't remember, but that's okay. So see, I have a long way to go on Muldeng. That before it was listed here. Some of us bought Muldeng before it was listed here. And part of those token again, because of what is it called? Sui ecosystem is deep. Okay, so deep is still having its own potential to and then those of us who are private mentorship, I think, if I'm not mistaken, let me just check some of those tokens because I'm sure they have done a lot and already now. So let me check. So, okay, and before I will generally tell us what am I supposed to be doing for hustle, okay? Okay, Nero, Pyth, SAT, SNX. Yeah, so those of you on private mentorship, those coins are not supposed to be new to you anyway. And then I did mention them too on about I think October, the month of October, so or even September. Just a moment. I just need to have a glimpse of few of them. If I can see that they are still below expectation, then some of us who are new perhaps can still find a way of coming in to find what is this portfolio. Okay. Okay, yeah. Giga, Chukjak, Move, Bluebar, Food, Tobos, Cletus. Okay, some of us bought Cletus. Yeah, I don't know if Cletus already listed now. Here, we bought Cletus. Wow, wow, I never knew. Wow. Okay, so we bought Cletus long time ago. I think a very low price. Let me check. We bought Cletus October, something like that. This is November. We bought Cletus October. Well, I bought Cletus earlier than that, but I remember posted Cletus All right. So those of you who are coming out, you probably want to check some of those tokens. So Cletus, I never knew it's already listed on Binance. I'm not a fan of centralized exchange if not for maybe retail trading and all of that. So I'm not a fan of because a lot of things are going to be happening on decentralized over the years because it's going to go bigger, and that's a place you can make much money when decentralized already been hijacked by the top bourgeois. Sorry, I just need to pick out Cletus. You can write it down, probably check it later. All right, Move. I don't know if Move was able to do something. All right. Okay, so I'm sure Move is still crude. Okay, so Move. Yeah, that's this. I think Move, we bought it. Well, I asked people to buy. That was since October anyway. Yeah, Move. Yeah, so this is a narrative token. So most time when we're doing anything, you need to understand what exactly you're doing. So Move. So Moon then we bought it October. And I remember telling people to add to their Michi, Mini, and all the like. Okay. Nero, Giga. We bought Giga a long time. Hypo. Okay, I just want to find a few ones. So Cletus. Okay. There we go. Because you don't have power for Bitcoin. You buy Bitcoin right now, it's a self-deception. Except for those of us who are traders, you're doing futures, yeah, and then you probably want to. Okay, okay. As long as much I can still remember. So clear tools, move. Uh, sorry, I have to just go back to private mentorship Telegram to check some of those kind. Giga. So let's check what Giga is doing. Should Jack. Come on. Let's see Giga. Should Jack or something. I get it. Yeah, so though maybe over time, if I have time, I can still post them with a contract address. Come over. Are you? Uh what's going on? Network. Oh, what's going on, guys? Let's go here. So why I'm telling all this is that we are we are waiting for the top of the roof. Yeah. So even though, yeah, so shoot Jack. So even though, right, market is bullish now, so this is the time people start, or people who have been doing what is expected. This is the time they're actually exercising certain caution in order to protect their bags. Yeah, I'm not saying you should start selling. Anyway, those of you on the other group, when it's time for us to be offloading some tokens, I'm going to tell us so that that's when I have all my indications showing me that, okay, we are now top of the roof, then we can offload and what we need to be doing, all right, while we offloading. Okay, so let me go back nice quickly. Yeah, so uh okay, so congratulations for those of us who have been, oh shit, what's going on? What's going on? Sorry. So congratulations, those of us who have been following and picking simple instructions to follow what ought to be. So that's one thing for sure now that you definitely want to be doing. All right. Because, but, market has actually, sometimes market change move by turning weekend to weekday. Like, when market is now extremely bullish, we begin to have abnormal situation in the market. And that's exactly what's playing out gradually now. So sometime when you expect some healthy correction, like this now, expecting the market probably correcting back to 77,000, right? Or 78, 79,000, or sorry, 77,000, 76,000, or perhaps back to 72,000. Now, you probably will wake up and it goes and disregard all of those places. And it's one of the things you need to understand that when the market finally top of the roof, it gallops down to get to place of technical move. Because all of those things that are moving are not technical. Movement that's happening in the market, they are not technical move. They are fundamental move and gambling move. So what's happening? So that's why even an imbecile can make money during Bullrun. It's just for him to, it's one direction. And then, but when he's going to be returning, it impact negatively because all of those abuse it's set on technical and algorithmic movement are going to be paid for. And the people who pay for it are people who just jump in when these things already happening and they they jump in at the wrong time and the little money they have gotten they will be celebrating it. That's the truth. And they do nothing about it. And the market, hey, and Bitcoin especially, Bitcoin say, here I come. And that's the time they will be hearing on the social media, Bitcoin's going to go to 200,000 and they do nothing. And that's how the whole money, little they made, will be robbed off their hands. And at the same time, they now be struggling, not being able to meet up with money. So, like I said, $76,000 for the correction. This is, but what if it doesn't happen? Then that means we're looking about $83,000 this week, $84,000 this week. No, but these are abnormal move. So if you understand technical move, you will discover that we have a lot of hole created already, perhaps back to about $70,000. Yeah. So, but I don't need to look at Bitcoin. I would rather look at altcoins that are still below their expectation or their move ought to have happened. And then that's what you want to be getting. Secondly, what am I supposed to be doing again? Those of us, if you are new to our channel, we talked about robotic. If I tell you what some of my robot has done, I just decide not to. Outside, like maybe some trade I hold, some trade I hold some for a long time. But if you check what the robot has done, that's crazily amazing. That's the truth. That's crazily amazing. I think I could remember, was it last week or last 2 weeks, when I set some tokens and I said, long these following coins. Yeah, I think I did say so in one of, not even on private mentorship, in all our groups. I set and said, long the following coins that because the Trump election was what we're waiting for to confirm a very massive move. But nevertheless, we already start getting some hint. And that was why we said, hey, everybody can long the following coins, maybe either on your boat or, either on your boat or normally on your manual trading for futures. Okay. So that's one of the things. So if you have not started using some of our robotic system, I think it's expedient for you to look at it as another supporting option for you right now to maximize everything right now. Okay. And probably, maybe on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, you can come into the market and set a boat towards a direction But of course, the least you want to do now is to be shorting. But if you are shorting, if you're a professional, you can short. But if you are not a professional, just run away from shorting because you could short yourself unnecessarily. Okay, so let's look at DXY quickly before I return back to my crypto. You can see DXY had done amazing, and then we told us last week or week that what we just don't need to do is to cross below this, and it actually did happen. And so we could have DXY this week. Where are we heading to? Of course, you still expect the dollars to continue its momentum or strength, like we said earlier on, and that continuation 106. Ultimate target for DXY is actually 109. Come on, 107, sorry. 107, yes. Before you start talking of 109. So I have all of these targets for a very long time. So now that the sentiment around election in US and all of that, you want to find some of those sentiment to move around US dollar. So you want to be very careful on anything pairs against US dollars or outside Bitcoin. So that's exactly what has affected gold. I think some of you are trading gold with me. I was telling us the other day, of course, but the target for gold ordinarily, if this election, I'm sorry, there are things I'm not supposed to be talking on. If this election had been otherwise, you will have seen gold at about $3,000. Yeah, hear me right. And so, but this correction was eminent for gold, but that was abnormal. And so if the dollar strength continue, which can is possible, then that means long awaiting kind of correction for gold, not the bad deal, which is gradually going back to $2,400 region, which is this region. And then if all these points are broken, then that's the end of the season for gold. Most time people think that gold is regular instrument to trade, especially those of us who trade forex. It's not a regular instrument. It's a seasonal instrument at a given time. And not that you won't find trade, but the trade may not be so lovely for you the way you want it to be. And that's why sometimes people say, this is only good, I want to trade. A time will come, if you're not professional, you may not find any good entry for gold because that's not the season. Okay, so that means we could see gold this week opening to actually pull back, and then the better pullback of gold back to the region of 2,598, then we can have a lot of rally, but never get it twisted that we can bounce anyway from 2,671. But that's the correction first I want to see. And then if I have some sideways move there, I probably will be finding to long gold or looking for buying opportunity for gold for this week. Okay, and of course, I don't need to tell you what will happen to. So look at our last point. We expected a kind of correction for Euro USD, and that's exactly what's happening. Now, there's a trick I'll give to some of us who are forex trader. Now, if you're a forex trader, I'm sorry, I'm not asking you to do what I do anyway. When it has to do with currency, trading it, except you have lump sum. If you have lump sum, meaning you have big equity, okay? Now, you probably can be doing some of those your day trading on currency like Euro, USD, GBP. But well, it's because of beginners. We always tell beginners, if you are a beginner, in order not to be harmed or affected by market situation, we always encourage beginners to just face maybe Euro USD, GBP USD, because it can be less volatile for them. If GBP is more volatile than Euro USD, but all of them are currency, and then you probably may not have some of those so much harm, right? So much harm may not actually affect you. But the point there is that if you are the type that after you invested so much analysis and you are day trading on it, then it's going to affect you because you may not make so much money. And when the market is going to have some kind of fundamental, can wipe off. So the best approach to currency trading it's better to swing them, right? So imagine like, I remember when I shot Euro USD from here to here, and then when I said market was going to be bouncing up, and now I close it, but my ultimate direction and expectation was to short the market. So when it was rallying up, I never bothered. And you can see it created a kind of double top. And now sometime, because it's a swing trade, and this is a daily time frame, I do not need to wait for the neckline breaking because this was already obvious a sell-off because of multiple weeks. And now, so I already have my point of return, and then there you have from here to here, probably will take several days. Look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 13 days to 14, 15. So about 1 to 2 weeks. So holding a trade for 2 weeks is not a bad deal, but was going to give me more rest of mind, right? And even this kind of pull up wasn't going to be a problem. So this can stay and I can find another trade here because I was already waiting and said, if it crosses here, that means the whole movement is invalidated. But of course, could not. And then what you can see that was like more fundamental than technical. And then that will wipe off. And which my ultimate direction or expectation was this. But if we have something worse this week, that's going to be going to the bottom of this point, like perhaps down here, that's going to be more disastrous for it. Okay. So if you're trading currency, Euro USD, GBP USD, anything that has to do with dollar, let this guy be your guy, the DXY be your guy, and that's going to help you. So this guy, so more strength of it, I haven't crossed here. This is GBP JPY. And of course, my ultimate direction for GBP APY is continuing to 207. That'll be my target since I enter it here. I'm not saying you should be doing a position trading like myself, position and swing trade, but that will help you for for your account head status. Now, then the next is what should I be doing? Those of you who are trading forex and all the like, or you're trading crypto, right now you should be finding any long position for the crypto. That is, if the market is going down, don't short it, wait for the correction to be over, and then find a long position. And that's exactly what you can do. Because if you just find the market retracing down, let me just take back here now, for instance, quickly. Come over here. Okay. So, okay, so Simon Deng, oh wow, this is lovely, went up to 42 cents. That's amazing. I think I found an entry on Moon Deng here. Me and somebody were on it yesterday in the night. Yeah, so me and somebody was in, okay, yeah, good. We were on it yesterday in the night, and I say stop loss at 27 cents and all of that. And then the first target was 35 cents. That can adjust stop loss, trailing stop loss gradually and all of that. So now, in this kind of a situation, rather than shorting, I wait for the correction to be over, and then I'll find a long position, just like what Bitcoin is doing now. Okay? If you're a scalper, you're a day trader, so what you wait for is, unless you are a very sniper entry trader, probably using like 5 minutes or 1 minute, depending on what you're doing, then you can find some short, some kind of short. And of course, you must understand, you must see it. Okay. For instance, you can obviously see this, right? You can obviously see this and then haven't short it. So by now, if you are a scalper and then you could see it, by now you are looking for another entry to long and targeting that some small move. I don't have regular time for trading. I don't trade to that regular because I can be very, very busy. And that's why I utilize my boat. I haven't done my analysis. I just allowed the boat to do its own, okay, about 1 to 2%. So if I'm longing, I could long my stop loss uh can be below here. So that means if you are using Bitcoin, Please, I'm not doing any technical analysis. I'm just telling you guys, okay, so that means I'm actually not looking like risk reward perhaps here. If I'm looking at risk rewards, if it's going to grab this liquidity, for instance, so 1:2 is not a bad deal here. Then I continue to trail, just like okay, trailing to 8 something thousand dollars eventually for Bitcoin and all of that. So that's exactly what you want to be doing. If you are looking at the market, perhaps. Okay, but shorting the market against the movement may be a little bit risky, except for some coins that have overpumped over last week. Let me look at grass. All right, so maybe like grass, if I was trading and I have time, because sometimes the sentiment you apply to the market is that had there be a coin that had actually attracted so many people or been very optimistic over it, and they have been longing and longing and longing, as it were, then you'll be looking for, right? You'll be looking for a sell. Let's look at grass. Okay. Please, I'm just presenting, and then there are things I'm going to tell you. Like those coins I mentioned, you want to wait for. So look at grass. So you can see grass after so much pump. So it was not out of point for me to probably want to short grass from that. That's about how many days now? From that almost $4 and back to $2.9. That's a very good money because grass was still a very kind new coin, for instance. So that's over 28%. So if you use 10x, that's 280% you get, right? So right now, instead of me shorting grass, I will be looking for, because of the new week, right? I'll be looking for a buying opportunity for grass, perhaps, maybe just $2.8 region, and then, but nevertheless, so I'm just going around all of this for those of you who are traders and all the like. Okay. Sui, the same thing. Sui have entered to $3 and then finding another way around. Okay, so that means Sui, I should be finding probably buying opportunity or worst case scenario, Sui to find it way if Bitcoin decide to shake off some area, then you can find Sui to return back to this point. Somewhere meaningful there, what $2.7 and all of that. But outside that, then you are looking for Sui to move. And then I say my target personally on Sui is about $15 in this bull run to be over. Okay, so quite a number of tokens like that. Now, so for Forex, you are trading Forex, you're trading crypto, futures, and all of that. Robotic is a lot easier for you. We have you trading both, many of you are not using. To me, I'm sure you are just like, because you can't have all the time. All what you need to do, have time, basic, like I remember when I told some persons, this coin, this coin, this coin, this coin, long it. I may not really have all the time to stay with the market. I just engage my boat. My boats continue to run. Then if I have time, I will set some manual, all right, on my CoinW, Bybit, and then allow it to run. Yeah, I can hold trade for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year. It's very possible, right? You're going to see the magic we're going to do. If you are not yet on private mentorship or any of our maybe trading group, try and be there because after this bull season, there are so many things that are going to be happening. If you missed out of the bull run without having some tokens, prepare for after bull run. What happened after bull run too can be very, very interesting. But if you are not in the right place, what happened, you may still miss the bull run and you miss the remix. So the remix too can be very interesting. That can now give you consolation price, because you do not buy some token, you were carried away by all of those kind of funny people are talking here and there. And that's one of the things that make you miss out the bull run. So that's one of the things you must understand. You know, then we talk about wallets, all right, transactions and all of that. Some of those low gem tokens, Radium had performed very, very well. I mean, the Radium token itself. Okay, these are our token we use for experiment last two. So, okay, I'm sure it has really dumped now. Yeah, think, yeah, so it has really dumped because it went to, because I was not even looking at it to sell, okay? It went to, okay? It went to 0.07. What we use 0.05 to buy, it went to 0.07. All right. Then the two went to 0.114 something of Solana, which gave about 20, about 20, how much dollars? Over 20, over $32, give and take. So, but you can see the guy has actually, can see, rock down afterward. Okay. Yeah, somewhere very, very big up somewhere. Okay. Think it pump up. Yeah, so down. Now, so why I'm showing us all of this that so that please you explain, you tell yourself what exactly you are you doing in an opportunity. Now, after even during Bullrun, we we present so many opportunities to us that can help you. If I were you, if you are smart, if you are listening to me now, and you are in our ecosystem, if you make money on the bull run and you make money, you have some USDT, man, this is the time to be logical, to be having some USDT partition so that you can find opportunity to put into and be riding the bear season. Okay, so quickly now let's go to one of our new partner platform called Well Trade. All right. I was just going through some of the things on WordTrade yesterday or 3 days ago. I have a very nice instrument I trade more on WordTrade. It's called this guy. Oh, sorry, this trading didn't allow me to pick my money again. Okay, so WordTrade, I've discovered something that WordTrade is a platform that start adding up adding up what is it called? Adding up synthetics into their platform. So synthetics into their platform. And so their synthetic strategy so amazing for me. Why? Because you can just, is still relatively kind of new into their broker. The broker is about 18 years, not a new broker, right? But you can build up. So when you make some money, you can reserve, trade, and build up. And that was a strategy I give to a lot of people when they come around. I told them, hey, while you are trading, you make money in your trade, okay? So in your trading, you make money, and then what you make, you preserve it to buy coin. Now, if the coin we have now finished, probably let's say when we are done with let's say when we are done with the bull run, for instance, what am I now supposed to be doing? Because when you are trading ordinarily, you have money to reserve, right, into buying some coins. Yeah. So, but when you have bought some tokens and you have made some money, now tokens start flopping off, you have sold off, then you can return back into your systematic trading. That's the logic. Then you can return back to some passive income strategy. For instance, in Plan B now, we have a platform referred to as paynet ecosystem. Many people don't want to pay attention because it's how many percent in a month? 9%. But if you understand the logic of permutation and combination, when I make money here, I put into a place where it can be giving me passive income and all of that. It's going to be so I was just perusing through this platform. If you are in our ecosystem and you probably have not registered on WordTrade, I would advise you register. You don't need to know too much. Someone say, I've not traded since 30 before. I don't know how to trade it. I don't have money. Or no, I don't know how I'm going to do it. We say register. And over time, the room was not built in a day. Then you can be following some updates to trade it. The only difference is this. Here, this financial instrument is a place where you engage with algorithm. That's one of the things. You engage with algorithm. So the algorithm you follow and then discipline yourself to be more committed to following your algorithm, and you'll be fine. All right. And that's one of the things. So if you're on our group, we have sent link about where trade. And of course, I think this month there's going to be an event if you're in Lagos. The Everon, there's going to be an event in Lagos. There's going to be an event in Abuja this year. So if you are in any of those areas and you are in our ecosystem, right? So I think in Lagos, we have one of our major person, the Dean of Forest in Plan B, as the administrator of Evijet, is going to be in Lagos. You want to liaise with him there. And then, of course, if you are not clear on certain things, you can ask him to be there. Now, these are tools. I always call, I said, everything in the financial market, they are investment vehicle to achieve financial freedom. Okay? They are investment vehicle to achieve financial freedom. If you know how to maximize them, it's going to be very helpful for you. And that's exactly what we tell people, right? Now, and again, you ask me, Felix, what we're doing, having invested in crypto and all of that, is that the only thing? We still diversify into stock. I bought this stock, Nvidia. I'm not asking you to buy anyway. Even if you want to buy, I'm sure it's going to be more expensive in your hand right now. I bought Nvidia at about $8, right? Before now, I'm sure it's about 140 something to 130 something right now. Dollars, right? That was it last year? Something like that. Nvidia, okay. Now, yes, I think I bought it about $8 plus around last year or so. Now, this is not crypto, right? This is stock. Yeah, I bought it around $8, thereabouts. That was 2023, last year. Now, so the stock right now, I'm not asking you to buy, please. The stock right now is worth about $137. It even went gallop to 140 something dollars. Now, it's about 130 something dollars. So what do you do? This stock from $8, some bought at $20. I have a friend who bought at $20. He said, I didn't tell him that. I say, well, sometimes I remember I just and I say, look at this stock, look at this stock. Now, from $8, if you do your calculation, even if it's one I bought, for instance, I bought at $8, right? So $8, why do I buy? It's an AI related kind of company. It's contending with Microsoft right now, right? I'm asking you to buy, no. Now, so let's say the present price is $137. So divide by $8. So that means I've done 17x. My goodness. So let's say I bought just like $8. So, okay, I think was, okay, let's say I just bought what of $500 divided by $8. Now, that would be 62.5 fraction of the shares. Now, multiply by 137. Okay, that's about $8,500 last year. Now, in the same vein, there's some stock I bought. I've made money on this stock before, much, much more, but it done because of trade war and all of that. And later after, I still bought more. And in trying to now move up, it's still not getting itself. Okay? As at this year, it has tried to move up, last week or last 2 months, it has tried to move up about $7, but it got truncated again and then back to $5. However, I added more. But let me tell you, there's some persons that bought this stock at the all-time high of about 60 something dollars. You hear me right? Yeah. This stock have done all-time high of 60. I traded this stock in 2019 and 2021, right? So this all-time high of this stock is about $67. Now, in like 1 year or less than 1 year, what I did was 1,000% profit. which I bought it at average of about $3, and it went to 60 something dollars. Now, why I'm telling us all of this is this, right? You can see now, in the same way I've made some money on some stock, that's the same way some had hampered me. What do I do? Nothing. I only wait, right? I bought PayPal again, and I remember talking about it that people can buy. PayPal was the company that was yabbing crypto. Now I have an app that I have PayPal dollar. Many of you know that. There's a link I sent on our group. It's called Yellow Card. And there's so many app, online kind banking app. So, but I have that yellow card. On that yellow card, I can convert to PayPal dollar, right? I remember telling people to buy PayPal again. I think I bought at $56. Was last year? No, this year, right? I added, was this year something? Yeah, something like that. So now $57, and my target for PayPal is actually $123 eventually, right? So how long? I don't know now. So, but of course, I will have my dividend. But even if I want to sell it, which I'm not selling, so it's like a backup, right? So that's about 44%. You get that? Yes, that's about 44%. Now, somebody say these are foreign stock. So what of local stock? Somebody will say, why will I waste my money on local stock? That's not true. You still buy local stock, right? I bought a lot of local stock. Lasaco, I think it's an insurance. Yeah. We have First Bank that have done a lot. In fact, GTCO, I bought at a very low floor price. I bought this over 2, 3 years, and I added another, was it last year? Now, so okay, I think I was talking about, so chances of this stock getting to 62 naira per share, before it's just that we are not getting to the end of the year, perhaps. If not, but let's say give and take to next year, March, it's not going to be out of place to see the stock at $60, 70 naira thereabout. But I'm not saying because I bought at less than 23 naira, something like that. We call it tell people to buy Fidelity, right? I think at about 9 naira something. It went to 17 naira and have some kind of retracement thereafter. Yeah, something like that. Then it's still creating kind of momentum. So there was a stock. What's this stock? Come on. Yeah. All right. Okay. I think I need to just pause at this point in time. So, guys, we have so much way to make money. It's just for you to pay attention to the right information, build yourself, get the right knowledge. All right. We have so much opportunity to help people to make money. All right. But if you are not ready to build yourself, it's going to be very difficult. And I always crown by saying this, right? I will finish by saying this, that the main people, okay, see, I didn't have time to trade this. This is where trade. Those I like to see where I can see my chart properly. I was telling somebody the other day, I said, if you want to build a career trading, like you want to build a career trading, like you want to be scalping, you want to be trading, day trading. Well, I'm not trying to discourage you on Forex, but I think the easiest place you can start it, since it's purely algorithmic in nature, would be on synthetics. You get me right? So you'll be on synthetic because that's going to help you to build from little or nothing to a lot. Yes, that's one of the things you need to understand. And can I tell you, I have a lot of hack, code, strategy, exactly on MT5 that, in fact, I can tell you, if you can be disciplined enough, obedience to adhere to the rules and regulation of my hack, both on Forex, synthetics. And we know why those hack work more on synthetics, since it's purely algorithmic in nature. Because in forest, the hack work, but the fundamental will affect you. That's the thing you must understand. The fundamental is going to affect you. If not, the hack work on everything, but the fundamental. So if the fundamental is so tormenting, and that's why I always encourage people, when it has to do with forest, the best you can enjoy in forest is to learn how to swing. Yeah, I'm not saying scalping is not working in forex, but scalping, you are struggling with, some of those factors that are external variables, call it the fundamentals, because the market that's just doing well for you now, the two you are already secure. One terrible news or favorable news, because what you call terrible to yourself can be favorable to another person. And so can just disorganize the whole thing you were building. And so, but if it's synthetics, it's purely agnostic, you will have make the money you want to make. All right. And that's one of the things I would just want you guys to pay attention to, help yourself to be able to make money. So robotic, so I say a lot of things tonight. The robotic system, if you're not yet on, call it for me, if you're not yet on the you trading boat, I think it's expedient. You can ask of any of the leader on the group to register. Because if I show you some result of the you trading boats, come on, it's crazy. And the good thing I've seen there is this, it's combination, all right? It's combination. It covers all the things we discussed in our space: investing, trading, and marketing. Right? Investing, trading, and marketing. You can invest using the boat to invest. You can trade using the boat to trade. You can market, I know somebody who have made over $90,000 within 3 or 4 months. However, it's aggressive, okay? So he has a lot of time. And of course, why will he not use the time? If somebody is going to even use 1 year to be doing marketing and get $90,000, I'm not sure it's a bad deal for him. So, and can I tell you why? Can I tell you something? His marketing, he does not even have time to talk to you, because I'm sure many of you, when you hear about marketing, you're going to be talking about, oh, I don't have time to talk to people. No, he's engaging still robotics, social media, and it's not posting on Facebook. That so for God, when we talk about social media, we think that it's posting on people's group and like Mr. Two. No, using the robotic. So robotic, imagine somebody is using robot to trade, is using robot to do marketing and all the like, and having massive lead to make money as much as possible. Okay, and so that's one of the things. So, ladies and gentlemen, I've just told you what I'm actually looking at. So the market has overpumped, right? My first target was $79,000. So you overshoot 79,000 that and got to how much? Almost $81,000. So if it's correcting, it's not a bad deal. If you buy, it's pulling down, relax, exercise patient. So my next target is $90,000. And that's what it is. So just imagine, for instance, you mistakenly jump in here for Bitcoin, $72,000 or $73,000. And now when it was coming down here to 67,000, you say, oh my God, you start selling. And then when you jump up here again, you say, oh, let me buy. No, it doesn't work that way. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's important for you to pay attention to what actually works. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, I think at this point I'm going to pause. If you have any question, you can actually ask your question. Let me see your digital hands. If you have questions, then we can beacon on you to ask your question. Please, if you have question, you can let us have your digital hands, and then we can beacon on you to ask your question. I see somebody say I have a question. So I'm going to unmute you now to ask your question, guys. Okay. Okay, you can ask your question.
Good evening, sir.
God bless you, sir.
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. I want to ask a question on TRX. Don't know if the processes are over now for withdrawal.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I only saw updates, but I've not checked that the processes are over. I'm not sure. I only know that there's a migration that have finished the whatever, but I'm not sure that that would do
Okay,
it.
sir. Number two, there's a cyber attack right now
Okay.
on I'm
On what?
speaking in parable. My God, my
Hey,
God, Jesus.
hallelujah.
But cyber attack is ongoing. Cyber attack.
Okay.
But, but if you can help us check now to know when we should whether we are still going ahead.
No, we are still ahead, but we at least healthy pullback is expected and is good. Yeah, but then, we have achieved the first layer, which is we have achieved the first layer, which is the 79K. Um, then chances for the second layer is high, though. But then, anyway, I think I will have to this information are going to be articulated and posted at the necessary places.
But I'm even talking about the cyber dot.
Yes, it's the
It's
plan.
crazy. Oh.
Yes, now I saw what I saw. I couldn't imagine it because the
It's crazy.
where the thing was seated, I saw that it caught catastrophe there where it was seated. Uh, and they have not rested anyway. It's still on. It's still on.
Okay, sir. Okay,
Yeah,
sir.
it's still on. Yeah, definitely it's still on. They are massive. Crypto is spiritual.
But something is happening here. Oh. My God.
Okay. Okay.
Ah,
So any other question, anyone? Oh, any other question, anyone? Please, why we're saying all of this is this. Um, there are some coins, and let me give this word of encouragement. And of course, maybe you have made a mistake in this cycle, right? Yes, fine. There are bound to be mistake. Maybe you have made a mistake in this cycle. In all reality, is this. I've always been saying it time without number that people who make so much money in crypto are actually not traders. Because crypto generally, Bitcoin and other related tokens are not yet matured financial instrument for normal, highly professional trading. So it's still more kind of speculative trading. And that's why you see that investor makes so much money. Because the question now, if I ask you guys, how much can you invest? Let's do this. Let's do this math. I think let me look at Nairo, because I think we talk about Nairo, both on the Ethereum Nairo. Wow. So this guy really pumped. It has gone to 2. Wow. Are you serious? This is crazy. Okay, now, both Nairo, let me use just 2 major coins. Last year, December, so we are now getting to a year when that information was released. Last year, December 26 precisely, 2023. Uh, information about PopCat was released. But let's look at this token. Now, this token, 3 months ago, that's on the 1st of August. This is not the all-time low. Please take note. Now, this token, so from this all-time low, not actually the price, because the price was lesser than this. I think I saw the price at about 60 plus and whatever. So that means the price right now, even with this percentage, should be average of maybe by now supposed to be 100 to 200,000%. Now, this is 105%, 163. Now, for anyone on August 1st, which it was out before this is the only thing they could capture when their own data was out here. Now, so if this guy, so about 11 hours ago, he did all-time high. So if this guy at 50, right, 5024 is 1,500, 105,000%. If you take your calculator and say, hey, somebody with $200 divided by 0.0000, that's 50, right? 2438. 2438. So that means the fellow, if you check your calculator, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. The fellow is going to have 82,000, 34,000 plus. So now let's look at it. 82 million, 034. Yeah, so let's look at it. 8203 4454. 454. Okay, so this is 82 million and 34,454 narrow. How much would that worth? This is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that's about $210,000, right? In 3 months. Now, listen, no matter how professional you are trading, I can guarantee you turning $200 to $210,000 even in a year. I'm not saying it's not possible, but chances are narrow. The chances are narrow, I can tell you that. So that's why crypto is an autopilot that you just leverage on to ride, right? And so when you are trading, you make money, you leverage on the opportunity and time. So like the children of Issachar, time and season. So please, that's what I will encourage us. When opportunity are presented, take advantage of it, take personal move, and then we can move. So going further, by Tuesday this week, I doubt if I will have time for our Tuesday training. I doubt. From this week we have just entered, this is month of November. Of course, the month of December, I will only be communicating as usual. I will only be communicating as usual on our forum. Those of us who are on different platforms, pay attention. I will only be communicating. If I have any record, I will post, but live session, I probably may not have time. So Sunday update, of course, we'll create time for it. But live section from this week onward, when we enter the month of December, forget about it. It's not even possible, right? And of course, the month of January is not even possible, all right? Right? So maybe live section may take time, right? Apart from like if I do some videos, you can see. I may not be too reachable so much within this season. If you chat me, I'm sorry, and I'm not responding to you, I'm sorry. I probably will not have that enough time because I have a lot of things to do. I need to take some stock right now, and so I wouldn't have time. After all, what we need actually have been given to us, okay? And so for us to implement, Plan B is about information, instruction, and action. So you are to take the action. All the information and the instruction have been placed. Take the action. And that's what I'll tell us tonight. So thank you very much, everyone. Do have a nice rest. Enjoy yourself. Let the bull continue to run. Congratulations if you have been paying attention and you have been working on yourself, taking your business personal. Please let us maintain as much as possible our focus so that that can be fantastic for us. Do have a nice rest. Sweet dream, everyone. I think enough of the information.
Their spirits were sunken in low. Their bags weighed more than a ton. There was neither sign nor show when the bull gun his roll. The shields were shilling wall to wall. The game was up, these had their fun, and every shot got the margin goal when the began his run. The candle's green came fast and tall. Each wick was bold, quick to stun. His eyes burned red, and his goals did more. Specks of the sun through his palace sheet.
Bitcoin is worthless artificial gold. I would